This penny stock is a high risk, high reward pick. It is primed to pull a 20 bigger. The news here are insane, and I actually added shares at the high of Friday's close as it has so many crazy catalysts. Stick around for the entire video because I'm going to give you my full analysis, all the catalysts, what to look for without gatekeeping anything, because I know you guys want to know why this stock is going to go up. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you 2 more tickers to look at with high potential. Like this video now so more people can see this, and subscribe if you like a channel that gives you the best plays and keeps it real and short. Now, this ticker is RDAR, and if you recall, we actually made a video about it 2 weeks ago. And if you haven't seen that one, go check it out. So what's exactly the due diligence and what we can expect here? So essentially, as you can see over here, what we have is a change in control. That means someone else is taking control of the company, also known as reverse merger. Now, what we can see over here is the company that's entering RDAR, the ticker, is actually Mexidia Acquisition. And as we can see over here, this is actually their website. Now, a little bit more about them. So essentially, Mexidia is an active entity in the world of technology, in the telecommunications and service sector. They work to establish an authentic, continuous relationship and omni-channel, which, if you don't know what omni-channel means, it's essentially several channels at once. They do that between brands and people. It automates process and puts technologies to the service of sales, marketing, and customer care. Now, the leadership team is where it gets interesting, and we're going to touch on that really soon. But beforehand, I want to show you the products they have so we can actually understand where they're generating their revenue from. Because as you can see in just a bit, it's going to be crazy. So it's basically a communications with AI powered SMS service for sales, marketing, etc. And we all know that SMS marketing and omnichannel communication is really big in the sales world. How big? 324 million revenues in 2023, 120 million revenue in the half of the year of 2023. And if that's not enough, they are actually traded in the Paris Stock Exchange under the ticker ALMEX with a price of €6. Now, as we can see over here, this is the chart, and we can see right off the bat that the volume is actually crazy. We have 1.2 billion shares trading in one single day. This is the highest volume the stock has ever received, which puts us above $1.5 million mark. As we can see here in the chart, we broke past this resistance for 0010, and the next resistance we have is 0025 and 0029, which is essentially the 30s. Now, about the team, this is the CEO of Mexidia USA, Daniel Contrast, and as you can see here, he got a lot of resume. He started 6 companies operating in the US and international, generating revenues of $150 million. He's the president for RSL Telecom, grew the company value in the Maya 1 submarine cable, I don't know what it means, $250K to $19 million. This is a crazy multiple. This guy is the real deal. We also have Orlando, and besides that, the company has generated for the 6 months ended June 30th of $122 million. That means half a year, $122 million. Now, more upcoming catalysts if that's not enough. We also have a share cancellation agreement. A total of 1,700,000,000 shares of RDAR common stock were canceled. That means that if this agreement goes through, we're going to see minus 1.7 billion shares in the outstanding shares. Now again, jumping to the chart, the thing that I actually am most bullish on is the fact that the diluter has left the level 2. OTCN was actually diluting, and essentially after 2 hours, I think, he left the level 2 and actually let the stock breathe. If we're going to see continuation without dilution, I think this stock can pull a 1 penny mark. Important dates to keep in mind. They need to file a Reg A by October 28th. They need to divest all existing operations and extinguish all debt by December 31st, and $1.5 million needs to be raised from Reg A within 6 months, as you can see over here. Now, people might think this is not good, but I beg to differ. Look, when a company files a Reg A, they need someone to actually invest in the company. Now, no one will want to invest in a company that's trading at 0.0001, right? At least not $1.5 million. So what I think will happen is they're going to need to pump the stock so much so they will actually be able to find someone who is interested in it. Besides that, Reg A does not hit immediately. It doesn't mean that tomorrow we're going to see new notes and we're going to see new debt and they're going to sell all the stock. That's not how it works. It takes time, and honestly, I am really bullish with this float of the stock. 3 billion, we've seen many stocks with 5 billions like SPZI reach more than 1 penny. As well, IGPK 200. This is nothing. And because of that, I am not worried about this Reg A at all. The only thing that I'm keeping my eye on is dilution in the level 2, because I want to see if the dilutor is done for like forever or not. Now, as well as that, these are all my latest calls last month. So if you are not in my Discord, click to join. It's in the description. It's free. Join and say hi. And as I told you guys, I promise you 2 more stocks that are potentially going to explode in price and make you more money. And the first one is a special one because we all remember it. Moving on to the next one. This is a special one. CYBL. As we can see, the caveat emptor badge was removed, which is bullish as hell. And I think this is the sign of the start of the bull run, to be honest. Now, as we can see over here, the stock is currently traded at 0.0082. Now, the stock hasn't been trading a lot of time, and probably Canadian people loaded the shit out of it when it was super cheap. So what we can expect over here is accumulation, and because of that I want to jump to the 5-minute chart. So as we can see over here, the stock opened strong and tried to reach the 1 penny mark, then retraced and actually managed to break it, and then it hit the next resistance, which is 120s, and fell from there. Now, because of lack of catalyst and a lot of people holding shares, it got sold off, and as we can see here, it actually got supported at around 70s. Now, what I want to see over here is a continuation of accumulation, and I want to see us break the 100s mark. And as we zoom out, as we can see, the next resistance is 100. Next up to that is 129, which was the previous resistance, 140s, 180s, 250s, and 320s. Now, the thing with CYBL that you need to understand, if the caveat emptor got removed, right, that means that everything they've told us prior to getting caveat emptor badge, it's true. Like, OTC Market have gone through everything, they checked it, and it's true. At least this is how I see it. Now, as we can see here, the income from their operations is 27 million. This, in my opinion, only the beginning from CYBL. I'm keeping a close eye on it. I actually have a small position here because I think the company is going to release some good news really soon. And in my opinion, you don't go through all that process to remove the caveat emptor if you don't have a lot of good news in the pipeline. Remember, this is a company. They're here to make money as well. Next up, we have PHBI, which we spoke about last video as well. Now, what happened since then? As we can see, they released news. They have a projected revenue with the upcoming project of anywhere between 19 million in year 1 to 381 million in year 1. So we got a range, and minimum is going to be 90 million in revenue. Now, the current market cap is $2.6 million. That means that if the deal comes through, this company is going to be valued at much more. And the thing I'm most bullish on is the health at DTC. 500 million shares are actually being traded in circulation, which is essentially nothing for this price. And let's go to the chart. As we can see over here, we have a flag. The previous resistance were 30s and now it's actually acting as support. And by the level 2, it's getting accumulated like crazy. What I think will happen is we're going to break the 47s and then we're going to open a brand new leg. This prior to the deal going through. After that, we have a next resistance at 60s and 74s. And if this deal goes through, I think we're going to go that blue sky territory. Now, if you got to this point of this video, please subscribe to not miss out and turn on the notifications and actually like so more people will see this amazing video and get exposure to these stocks. I'll see you all in the next one.